Good morning, children. Welcome back to our max class. As you all know, we have completed our chapter 2, children. Okay, that is polynomials and factorization. We have completed all the 5 exercises. Now, moving to our next chapter, that is chapter 9, statistics. Chapter 9, statistics. Now, what do you mean by statistics? Before we learn the meaning of statistics, you should know about data. What do you mean by data? Data is nothing but collecting information, children. Okay, collecting information. Like if I want to know a particular class strength, yes, so what I'll do, I'll go to the class and I'll ask how many children are there, or else I can see the register. What I am doing, I am collecting the data. Okay, what I am doing, I am collecting the information. Collecting the information. Like in our survey also, children, when they ask for voting, now it is the time for elections, right, children? So what they'll do, they'll come to the each house and they'll count how many voters are there, who will vote, who is going to give vote, right? So what they are doing, they are collecting the information. Okay, that is nothing but collecting information. Collecting information is nothing but data. Now what is statistics? Now, statistics may be defined as a science of collection. That is, whatever we are collecting information, that is known as statistics. Not only collecting information, presenting it. Okay, presenting on graph. Okay, analyzing and interpretation of numerical data. Like, suppose now we have collected the data. Now from our area, how many voters, who will give vote? Okay, so that we'll be writing in one chart, or else we'll be making a graph. Okay, not only for 1 year, every year we'll do the same thing, children. Okay, so we'll see the data in simple thing. Like in businesses, what they'll do in 1 year, how much profit they got. Okay, like in 2002 they got profit of 5%. Okay, so in 2003 10%. Okay, what they are doing, they are presenting on the graph. Okay, by seeing this graph, simply we can say in 2002 we have 5%, in 2003 it is 8%. Okay, suppose how much percent has been increased, 3% has been increased. So by seeing the data, by seeing the graph, simply we can say it. Okay, no need of writing or presenting anywhere. Okay, only on the graph if we can see and we can find out. Okay, next, not only of one company, we can compare the 3 companies also, children. 3 organizations we can compare it. Organization is nothing but company. Okay, this is tabular form. Okay, this is tabular form. Okay, from this table only we can draw the graphs. Okay, next is importance of graphical representation. Why do we present on graph? It is used to make the data understandable to common man. Just writing in a table and just explaining, it is easy to explain when it is graph. Okay, like by saying in 1987 88, 97 and 98 period, we have imported 243 goods. Okay, by saying like this, we can show it on the graph simply. So we have taken this many goods, or this much profit has been increased, or this many people are there to vote. Okay, like this. So it will be easy to understand. It helps in easy and quick understanding of data. Data displayed by graphical representation can be memorized for a long time, can be compared at a glance. Okay, next we have two types of, in collection of data we have two types, children. One is primary data and one is secondary data. Like I said, if I want any information of a particular class, what I can do, I can simply go to the class and I can ask the children. Okay, what is the strength of your class? Okay, that comes under primary data. If I simply take the register of that class and if I see the total number of students, I'll get directly from the register. The collection of data I am getting directly from the register. Okay, that is nothing but secondary data, children. Now what is range? Range is nothing but presentation of data. In presentation of data we have range. Now if ages of students, okay, 13 year, two students are there, 13 years, okay, age 14, 15, 16, okay, we have like this. Now what is range from the highest minus lowest we should do. What is the highest number here? 16 minus what is the lowest number? 13. 16 minus 13 is nothing but 3. So what is the range? Range is nothing but 3. Okay, you have to remember this formula. Range is equals to highest value minus lowest value. Okay, 13, 14, 15, 16 is what, children? You already know, in the 8th class we have learned. It is nothing but observation. Okay, it is observation. Now moving to our video, children. Just now we have listened the explanation of what is range, what is statistics, and what is data. Yes, children. Now see, these are the formulas you have to write in your notebook, children. Range is equals to highest value minus lowest value. Direct mean method, sigma xi by n. Sigma xi is nothing but sum of observation by number of observation. That is ungrouped data. That is said as ungrouped data. Direct mean, this is the formula. This is for grouped data. Assumed mean, assume mean data. Formula, median. We have two formulas for even and odd. Mode is nothing but most occurring value. These formulas you have to learn, children. Okay, now you already know tally marks, right? Now if the information is like 1, 2, the number of students scored in a test. Okay, children, students scored in a test. One student got 1 mark and one more student got 2 marks, then 3, 4, 8, 6, 9 out of 10 children. Out of 10 marks they got 9, like one of them got 1, again 2, again 3, again 5, again 6, then 10, 2, 9, 4, 5, 8, 7, 7, 2. Okay, this is the observation, children. Okay, these are the marks of the children. How many students are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. How many students are there, children? Like 21. Okay, now how to do tally marks? Okay, first we need to draw a table of 3 columns. Table of 3 columns. Already we have done in 8th class. Again I will be explaining it. Okay, now see here, children, marks of the students. First column will be marks, second column will be tally marks, and next will be frequency. Now see here the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have 5? Yes, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we have all the numbers. Now see here, children, now we have to count how many ones are there. How many ones are there, children? 1, 2. So we have 2 ones. So what we should do? 1, 2. Okay, like this we have to write, and in frequency we have to write 2. Now 2, how many 2's are there? In this 1 we have counted, we have 2. 2 we have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many 2's we have? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Now 3, how many 3's are there? 1, 2, only 2. So I will be writing 1, 2, 2. 4, how many 4's are there? 1, 2, only 2. 5, how many 5's are there? 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. 6, how many 6 are there? 1, 2. 7, how many 7's are there? 1, 2, 2, only 2. How many 8's are there? 1, 2. Again 2 8's. How many 9's are there? 2, 1, 2. 2 9's. And how many 10's are there? Only 1. So 10's are 1. Now if we count, how many students are there overall? 21. So Now if when we count this, we should get 21. Now 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10, 10 plus 2 is 12, 12 plus 2 is 14, 14 plus 2 is what, children? 14 plus 2 is 16, 16 plus 2 is 18, 18 plus 2 is 20. We are getting only 20. Wait, do 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21. So ones how many are there? 1 2, 2 ones, correct. 2 how many are there? 1 2 3 4, 4, correct. 3 is 1 2, correct. How many fours? 1 2, 2 fours, 5 1 2, only 2, 2 fives, okay. 6 how many? 6 1 2, 2 6, 7 how many sevens? Acha, I did not write 10 1, children, okay na. So now it became 21, okay na. So this is nothing but tally marks, okay children. I hope you all have understood today's topic. Now we'll be discussing mean, median and mode in our next class, children. Thank you children, have a good day.